everyone, it's Eddie, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to teach you how to play piano. Just kidding. I can't play piano, but I can make a cool signature insert for our junk journal with a full sheet of music page, I guess. But by full sheet, I mean, like I carefully took the staples out of the center of the book, and you get this, right? It's pretty big. Typical size journal is 9 by 6. Usually that is the size I work in. That's obviously not gonna fit. We're gonna make it fit, and we're gonna give ourselves pockets and tucks, and make it look really cool. And it's pretty simple. So let's get to it. I'm gonna show you first the one I made last night. Okay, music, bye-bye. So this one is my prototype. So this is what it looks like open. And you see, if you look at the measurements, we are at 5.5 wide and then 5.5 wide. So I made sure this was full on the width, 11 inches. And then the height, we want 8.5 inches. We want 8.5 inches tall. So we make it 8.5 inches tall this way. This way. What am I doing? Doing this wrong, aren't I? So you want 8.5 inches tall this way. Okay. It's easier when the camera's not rolling, but so you see we got 2 pockets in here. I've notched them, and you've got, you know, room for journal card envelope, some tags, and you still see the music though. It's still an interesting page. I inked it all up all around the edges, and this is what the front looks like. So if you're going to sew it into a signature, what you would do is you would take, this one's upside down. All right, so it would go into your signature like that. Now, this would be sewn in. So this will be on the back half of the signature, and this side will be in the front. So they don't have to necessarily, I don't know, match or balance, because it's going to be in 2 different sections of your signature. And so what I did here is I plainly decorated it. I didn't want to do anything crazy, just keeping it simple right now. I just want to, you know, focus on the construction. Got a little tall envelope I made. And in the next video, I believe, I'm going to show you how to make these. They're pretty easy. Okay. So I've notched that out, inked it up. It's only glued at the top and the bottom. And then we've got this pocket too. So, you know, you can put anywhere, you know, a tall tag if you wanted to. I don't know if I have any tall tags right now, but let's just take this piece of scrapbook paper. Oh, this is going to be a tag. So it's a little wide, but you can see that you can fit a nice tall tag in there, or you can piece of writing paper, a document, you know, some ephemera. There you go. So, and then on the back, same thing. It's just opposite, obviously. We got the little pocket, and then a little document, space for documents and whatnots. Okay, tuck that back in. So let's get to the construction part. So, as I said before, we want it 11 inches across. And right now, this guy measures at a little more than that. It's about 17 and about 17 and a half. So what we'll do is we want to fold this up so that the height is at 8.5 inches. We're going to worry about the 11 after we fold it up. so I want, this is what, 12.5 inches. Okay, we want 8.5. Let's, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring this to just down to here. Or I could use my ruler. I'm a ding dong today. Okay, so 8.5 is right there. Okay, I'm gonna mark it just under that because I want to cut right inside that line. Not cut, I'm sorry, fold up. All right, where did I make that mark? Here we go. Okay. So, these would help if I put this on. Okay. And then again, on this side, we want 8.5. And I'm doing it from the top because I want to keep the titles and all these fun bits that the previous owner, you know, put in some gold stickers and, you know, excellent. So I guess that was the teacher giving the student props for his or her piano skills. Okay, 8.5, 8.5. Strike. There we go. So kind of below there. Okay. So you see that to that. What I'd like to do, fold it back, and I can probably, if I do this once, I should be able to get it folded once. So what I do, line this up here on the edge, just to kind of get a make sure it's square for me, so I'm not folding this at a weird angle. Okay, so we have our 8.5 there. I'm gonna take a bone folder because I have a scoring board and I don't really need one, but so the way I score is I just hold the ruler, use the tip of my bone folder, go back a couple of times. Let's see, get a nice score without damaging your paper. And this side, it didn't get through to this side, but what we'll do is I'm gonna fold it this way once. So like if we look here, the height should be 8.5 inches. There we go, 8.5 inches. Okay, so we've got this folded, and this is gonna be the inside. We want this on the inside. Now, if you notice, the other sheet was, or the prototype, the sheet was shorter. The pocket here was shorter. That was a different size sheet than this. So, you know, just, they're gonna be different. I could even cut this down if I wanted to. But I'm gonna roll with the big pocket. And if I can get this laying down, okay. All right, so that's gonna be our inside. And I'm gonna take my bone folder and go up the edge, get this nice and flat. We've got something good to work with. All right, so this is the back, the edge, the spine, and we want to go to 5.5 across. Okay, so if 5.5 is here. And again, we'll score this one. Should have gone through. Yep. All right, that was better. So this side, so we want to fold this inward or back on itself. Okay, so this is going to be our front. We've got our little pocket. We've got the big pocket here. Okay, that side's ready. Inside, we got the pocket there. And this is not wanting to behave today. Okay, this one, again, we're going to fold it back on itself. You can find the score line. I think the score line is better here. There we go. All right, nice and smooth. Okay, so it's all good. We've got it's pretty much done. We just have to notch it, ink it, and glue it. And that's it. So let's go ahead and ink her up. And if you want to see other videos in this series, I haven't set up a playlist, but hopefully I'll get to that this weekend. And I'll have all the videos from this series where I'm working on a junk journal, and this is the one. It's Tim Holtz papers, and a lot of, other papers, mostly more blank because I want to do a lot of decorating in there. But yeah, so that's the book we're working on. So every video I'll show you something, different project that I'm going to use to add into the book. And that way you can follow along with me, make your own book. Let me know if you're making your own book. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And, share your thoughts, share your ideas. I'm sure there are other people who read through the comments and see what other subscribers are talking about or doing, So that's fun. I'll go down the center. And I'm using the Tim Holtz Distress Ink Vintage Photo. You can use also, I think, where's the other one? Where did I put the other one? Here it is. Did I use the ink on that one? I think I used the coffee, the Range Archival Ink and Coffee on this one. If you're interested, I think I like that ink too. This just happened to be right in front of me. And we're just going through. I always want to ink the inside edge. Gives it a nice vintagey, been handled for many, many years look. I mean, this is an original, from a songbook or the piano book. And it's from, I can tell you, it's only $1.50. It tells you, the age of it. And it says here, Faith Shapiro. So that must be the name of the student. Let's see, printed in the U.S. I don't remember seeing a date. Here we go. It says copyright 1918, but that doesn't mean this was written in 1918. Even this came with some photocopies, and then this music was 1967. So perhaps this was from mid to late 60s. Kind of cool. But I love the decoration on the front and definitely the worn, the grungy look of it. Okay, I got that for $1 at the thrift shop. And that was a score. All right, I'm gonna finish inking this, and I'll pause the video. I'm gonna ink it, and then I'll come back and show you the rest. All right, so it's all inked up, ready to go. The next thing we want to do is punch holes out, make thumb holes for easier access. And the easiest way I found to do this so that the notches line up and they're, in the same position. So I just line up the two spots, the two sides that I want to punch. And this pocket goes right up to here, so you don't want to punch into there. We're going to go this way. Give ourselves a notch here. Woo! That's like confetti. All right, so you see, easy peasy. Now with these, we could, yeah, let's notch those. I think that's a good idea. Now, so we just fold it like, you know, it's like it looks just in the book. And then we want to notch the tops. Or in this case, it's the bottom of the page, but that's going to be the top. You get where I'm going? Are you smelling what I'm stepping in? I had a friend in culinary school from Alabama who would say, I smell what you're stepping in, bro. I smell what you're stepping in. He had a little higher, more twangy voice, but yeah, he was funny. We called him, his name was Rob, but we called him Bama. One of the girls in class nicknamed him Bama because he's from Alabama. And it's just stuck. We just always called him Bama. But he loved it. He loved it. Okay. So we got all our holes in the right places. And let's go ahead and ink those up too. Make sure we accent those. Where's my ink? Here we are. Okay. And then the last step is to glue it. Now, here's the thing. I don't want this to be so bulky here, like it's just not laying right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to cut this down, but just a tiny bit. So let's take it, because it doesn't matter. I want just a tiny, tiny sliver. I'm going to do it from the inside so I know where I'm going. You want to just take a... Just try to remember if I did it with this all folded up. I think I just need to do this part here, just the pocket. And what I want to do is just take a very, very thin sliver from here, kind of go inward, so that when you bring up your pages, it's probably too much, but yeah, I could have definitely done it a little narrower, but you know, that's why we have ink. Distress ink covers up boo-boos. And we're going to make it look like it's supposed to be that way. Another thing you could do is you could, this is already rounded just because of the pages, edges were rounded. But you can certainly do that too. You could take your little rounding tool and give those a little, you know, a little extra if your corners, you know, are not rounded. All right. So that lays better. All right, we got our glitter glue that we're going to use to seal this. Always got to take off that little extra glue there. Now, it took me a lot longer to do this last night because I basically took out the double page of music. I laid it down on the desk and just sat there and folded it one way, folded it another way until I came up with something that I liked, where I didn't have to cut it all up and I could use the entire full thing to my advantage. And it's a good paper. It's not a thin paper. It's not brittle. So that works in our favor. Okay, so first we're going to glue the front pocket. I love this glitter glue because you get the nozzle, the pin nozzle, gives you a much better control of your glue and more accurate application. And you know, you don't want a ton of glue. One of the first things when I first started making junk journals, I used too much glue, and I was using, you know, like an Elmer's glue. I didn't know. And it would just, you know, get everywhere, and it would just be really messy. Now, technically, you want to put the glue on this side, but it's okay either way, as long as it glues and you don't glue down your pocket. Okay, there we go. This tip, this needs a little glue. Okay. And then in here, we're going to, this didn't glue straight. Okay. Smoosh that up a little bit. Yeah, that's good. That's okay. All right, so on this side, we need a bead of glue here. Okay, and let's do this side. I'm going to go ahead and do this little guy first. Okay, oops. Okay. And you flip it back. Line it up and glue it down. And there you go. A full book page, double, triple pocket insert for your junk journal signature or regular journal. I just thought it was great. You know, it was fun to show you how to get bang for your buck. Using the full entire page spread without cutting it and, you know, trimming it to size instead of just folding it so that it fits our book. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe.